Painting murals can be a pretty damn lonely job. In most cases, you're working by yourself for several days, sweating blood and tears to create a piece of art you're going to be proud of. But sometimes you need to let go of chasing the perfect artwork and just do something for fun, for the plain sake of doing it. Alright, so 15 years I haven't been painting any graffiti, letters, and now the big showdown happens. I didn't even practice, unlike Mr Sce. For the past 2 days I've been painting with Mr Sce and Samer, visiting Smoe and me from the UK. Together we created a big collaboration mural in the old factory, and now we wanted to top it off with a 1-hour graffiti challenge. But Mr Sce doesn't need to practice. I should have practiced, but I didn't. I want to surprise myself. What's your confidence level in painting graffiti styles?
Oh, mate, probably 9, mate.
9 out of 10.
Oh, 100.
All that was left to do is pack our stuff and get a final piece of advice from someone who definitely knows better than me. Hey Smoe.
Yeah?
What is your number one tip you could give a total style writing noob to paint a good piece?
Try to keep it simple. Try to keep it simple. Please try to keep it simple and focus on the letter structure, and don't try to make too much extra stuff to it because you will fail anyways. So keep it simple, keep it clean, keep it nice, make good blocks, and that's it.
You see, I've been working hard to develop my personal style, and now I feel like I know what I'm doing. But with this challenge, I didn't really have a clue how to go about it.
I paint your name, you paint mine.
I paint your name.
Okay. You paint your own name, or do you swap names as well?
Nah, bruv. It takes forever. He's got way more letters.
That's smart.
The hour starts in 3 seconds.
Okay.
3, 2, 1,
Go.
go. Okay.
Alright, okay. That's gonna be interesting. I have no idea what I'm doing. Okay. Let's check this camera here. Okay. Boom. Let's hope this one records as well. Put that here. Okay. How do we do this? Is this recording? Okay. Unlike my usual murals, where I know the individual steps to achieve a certain result, here I had no blueprint. So I basically had to freestyle it. I had my fair share in practicing letters and style writing back then, but it never got to an advanced stage. I've always felt more drawn to figurative work, whether that's on the wall, digitally, or on paper. So, I began sketching my freestyle first lines here. Luckily, Smoe and I swapped names because Moody is actually pretty difficult to paint, I would imagine. I tried to make my letters kind of dynamic and give it some flow, if you will, and I was surprised that it seemed to work somehow. But then I realized Dang it. I'm painting way too big. I need my stool. I wasn't planning on painting that tall at all, so I left it downstairs, which now costs me valuable time and breath. By the way, the sound you hear in the background is Alex flying his FPV drone. While I was in the process of painting this, I didn't even hear him flying this drone, even though it's so loud. I mean, I was listening to music, but mainly because I was so in the zone, I was so focused on getting as much done as possible in the short amount of time we had, I didn't realize anything happening around me. Painting this challenge reminded me of what it feels like to be a total beginner again. It's crazy how quickly we adopt new skills and how they technically become second nature. Whenever I'm going out to paint a mural commission or just to paint for myself, I do feel pretty confident in my abilities. But that hasn't always been like that. There was a time when I felt like a total fraud. I mean, what do I know about painting murals? That was something I thought to myself oftentimes. Luckily, I've worked so many different jobs in my life, I kinda knew this was going to be a temporary feeling. I knew I was going to pick up new things in no time and, without even realizing it, turn from beginner into someone who knows what he's talking about. So, if you are in an early stage in your career, whatever it is you're doing, just know you won't be a beginner forever. In fact, you're probably becoming an expert sooner than you think, and you won't even notice it. So I picked a few different shades of red here for the fill-in and also for the blocks later. There was no particular reason for me to do that. It is just what I had on me, and I figured that might look nice in the end. For some reason, I don't know why, I began filling in the piece with just a level 1 Montana skinny cap, and I did that for pretty much the entire piece until I realized that this just takes way too long. So I don't know what was wrong with me there. I just didn't. I don't know. I just did that. So for some reason, I decided to make this orange. I guess I just wanted to make it more interesting. I mean, it doesn't look too bad, does it? So this is a different shade of red. I think I had only one can of each. So turns out filling in an entire piece takes quite a bit of paint. So I figured I'm just gonna mix it up here and there. And I don't know, place some random fadings within the fill-in. I'm surprised how long it takes me to realize that using a skinny cap is not very effective here. but you know, sometimes you gotta learn the hard way. Fill-in is almost finished, and I swapped my cap for a fat cap now. Well, anyways, what I did realize while I was painting this is how different of a activity it is to paint a graffiti piece, a graffiti style, than painting the things I usually paint. Here I have to make like big fill-ins for big spaces. I have to drag long lines, and these are things I rarely do usually. I work with pretty small strokes usually and build up my piece that way. That's just the way it works for me and for the kind of art I make. But this right here is more of a full body experience. It's almost like a workout for me. I mean, I was sweating. I was proper sweating. Alright, now I'm starting to paint the blocks. I came up with an imaginary vanishing point and began building them up that way. Okay, so one thing I think I do regret, I'm not too sure, is making my blocks also in a very dark red shade. The entire piece gets kind of, I don't know, it kind of loses contrast. I feel like I should have done lighter blocks. Like if I see this with a white, with an unfinished white, that looks way better than making everything a dark red. I don't know, something is off here. You will see once I'm done filling the entire thing in. I could also be mistaken, and it's just because I didn't finish the piece. Maybe I could save a whole lot of it when I work a little bit more on the fill-in using white. I don't know, I'm not sure about that, but overall I have the feeling that this entire thing became way too dark. And then I remembered that Smoe's always doing very dark shadows within his blocks. I don't really know the right way to do that, but I figured if I just place a few darker shadows within my blocks, I can make my piece pop a little more. And in the end, it just has to look right. It doesn't have to be right, I guess. So yeah, I try to achieve this effect using the darkest red I had left. Now with just 5 minutes left, I realized that there's still so much to do to my piece to make it really pop. There's no way I'm going to do it, so I'm trying to add a few highlights here and there, hoping that it will improve my piece. And then also, you can really see me struggling here to paint straight lines. It really is kind of sloppy, and I'm feeling a little frustrated at this point, but I know this is just the perfectionist in me trying to make the best piece of art he can. And as soon as you finish this video, definitely head over to Smoe's channel and check his video out as well. Super crazy to see what he's able to do in an hour. Yeah, it's just mind-blowing to me how fast you can paint a really good graffiti piece. And then, of course, very shortly before the hour is over, my second and last camera dies as well. But that's alright, I didn't do that much more to the piece. I added a few props down below, but that's pretty much it. And then we get the big reveal. Holy sh**. Nice.
Are you happy?
I didn't look. How the fuck are you so fast? You as well, man. That's all shiny and... Holy...
Okay, I still didn't look.
You still didn't look?
I did not look.
Even when you got the chair?
Yeah, I was like running like this. Okay, no, this is the final result. It seems
My
like
camera died halfway.
Nick likes it.
Right on, buddy.
Yes, man.
I hope you like this small episode. If you want to see my reaction to this piece, I really can't wait to see it.
So crazy.
Whoa!
Right on, buddy.
Oh,
Oh, my camera died.
even with some props. Even with
Yeah.
props. Nice.
Good.
It's nice. Well, how long did you
Thanks.
don't paint any letters?
Like 15 years or something?
15 years? Wow. Nice.
Nice. How is that even possible? Seriously, I mean, you practice every day, but how? It bugs me a little bit that I wasn't able to finish my piece, but nonetheless, this was a lot of fun. I can definitely identify quite a few things I would do differently next time, and who knows? Maybe we're going to do another 1 hour graffiti challenge next time Sce and Samer will be visiting. And even though I can totally see the fun in painting letters, I'm pretty sure I won't become a classic style writer anytime soon. But that shall not stop me from being open-minded and trying new things whenever I feel like it. After all, this is what led me to where I am in the first place.
I'll be honest, in my head it seemed a lot simpler.